Hello, and welcome to My Little Country Living. This is Tommy Ray. Today, I'm going to show you what you can do with your sourdough discard from your sourdough starter. What I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to make myself some English muffins, some sourdough English muffins. Now, these are one of my favorite things to have for breakfast. Whether I'm just eating it warm with butter or some jam, sometimes peanut butter, or even maybe I'll cook an egg and some sausage and make my own version of that McDonald's McMuffin that we all love so much. Now, it's really simple to make. It does take 2 days because you're going to have to let that sourdough starter rise with the batter, but it's well worth it, let me tell you. Okay, let's get started. For the ingredients for our sourdough English muffins, we're going to use 1 cup of fed starter, 2 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of honey, 5 cups of all-purpose flour that's been divided, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon salt. Here I have my sourdough starter. I'm going to go ahead and take 1 cup of that fed starter, look at that, and add it to my mixing bowl. Next, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of milk. Then we're going to give that a good stir. You want to make sure you get all that starter mixed up in there into the milk until it dissolves. After that, we'll add 2 tablespoons of honey. Now, if you don't want to use honey, you can also use regular sugar. 2 tablespoons of that, we'll substitute 1 for 1. And we'll mix that in as well. Go ahead and give that a good stir till all that honey is dissolved in the milk mixture. Next, we'll add our 4 cups of flour. The recipe does say we're going to divide the flour, so the way we're going to divide it, we're going to put 4 cups in now, and we'll use 1 cup. We'll save 1 cup for later on when we do some more kneading, just in case the dough needs to have extra flour. Okay, now let's go ahead and take our mixture here of our flour and our liquid mixture. We're going to go ahead and put it in our KitchenAid stand here. You can mix this by hand if you'd like. Either way, you're going to mix it for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start this on low for 5 minutes. Okay, that's been 5 minutes, so we'll go ahead and turn that off, and we're going to go ahead and remove this dough hook. So the dough is sticky, and it's a nice tacky dough. We're going to go ahead and just put that back into the bowl. Then we'll cover that with some non-stick press and seal. Take the bowl off and set it aside. We're going to let that sit overnight, and tomorrow morning we'll come back and finish this up. Okay, here we are bright and early the next morning, and we have our dough. And we're going to go ahead and sprinkle some of this extra flour. We have the 1 cup of flour we separated. Sprinkle some of it here on the counter. I'm going to use my counter here to go ahead and work on this dough. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what we want to do is add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of salt. There we go. And then we're going to work that all into this dough. And that's why we have this extra flour here to keep our dough from sticking. And just go ahead and just knead that dough up. Okay, we kneaded that for about 5 minutes. And so now, I'm going to spread a little more flour here, and we're just going to roll out this into about a 1/2 inch in depth here. Okay, I ended up rolling it out to about maybe a 1/4 inch in depth, and we're going to go ahead and sprinkle some cornmeal onto a little sheet pan here. just so it doesn't stick. And also it'll also allow that cornmeal to stick to it, so that when you cook it, it'll have that little cornmeal texture on the bottom of it, just like you get from the English muffins at the store. Now I've got a biscuit cutter here. This one is 3 1/4 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my English muffins and set them in the tray here. Once they're all cut, we're going to let them sit there and rest for 45 minutes before we cook them. We're ready to cook our English muffins now, so we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of butter into a cast iron pan. And we have this pan set at a low-medium temperature. And we're going to go ahead and put our English muffins in and cook them for about 4 to 5 minutes per side until they have a nice golden color. You don't want to crowd your pan, so I would say don't put more than 4 to 5 English muffins into the pan. All right, we'll check on these in a couple of minutes and flip them. Okay, we just flipped over our English muffins, and we're going to go for another 4 minutes on this side, and they look wonderful, nice and golden. Okay, now that the muffins have cooked on both sides, we'll go ahead and remove them and put them on our plate here. And we can go ahead and add the next muffins. And just repeat this process until all the muffins are cooked. Thanks for joining me today on My Low Country Living as we made homemade English muffins. And I got one right here buttered with some jam. It looks delicious. Let's taste it. That is delicious. Wow. Now you can eat those with jam, or you can go ahead and put in your favorite breakfast food, some egg and some sausage, or maybe even ham, and make yourself your own McMuffins. Now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and please hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one. Thanks.